Dawn Brito was her name. It sounded like Bradshaw, but she is the female trainer at the Orlando SeaWorld. Dawn was Telecom's trainer. But where did SeaWorld get Telecom? In 1991 a young woman named Kelty Byrne worked at a SeaWorld in Canada as a trainer. Kelty Byrne was walking by the tank. The flooring was wet and she slipped. Kelty fell into the tank where Telecom and two other whales were being housed. As Kelty was pulling herself up out of the water, one of the whales grabbed her and pulled her back in the water. The other trainers and/or personnel's attempts to save her failed. She drowned. Shortly after the death of Kelty Byrne, Telecom was sold to the SeaWorld in Orlando, Florida in the United States. Now keep in mind that this whales prior to being purchased by SeaWorld in Orlando, Florida, he had been mistreated, attacked by two other huge females, held insulation in the dark except for training and shows. Telecom was also refused food on several different occasions at the Canadian SeaWorld, when he refused or didn't perform correctly. In 1999 a homeless man had somehow broken in after hours. Speculation was that the man tried to swim with Telecom, but Telecom killed the man. It wasn't till the park personnel came into work the next morning that the deceased man was found in Telecom's tank. In 2010 Dawn Brito was killed while playing with Telecom in another pool area. Dawn was laying in the shallow water next to Telecom when he grabbed her and pulled her into the deeper water. It was a tragedy that day and still is a tragedy, but I wanted everyone who watches those fake videos with Jessica to understand that what those people are doing is wrong. In a comment Rebecca Teasley noted the blurred trainer that this person was using to portray the death of Jessica was in fact Kenneth Peters. Kenneth did not work at the SeaWorld where Dawn worked, however Kenneth had been attacked twice by Kasatka, the female whale he trained with. Kenneth Peters did survive. Kasatka let go of his foot just long enough to put a net between him and her and he quickly got out. Don't believe this story? Well, at the very beginning of this story you can go to that link and see for yourself. You can also go to YouTube and look up the movie Blackfish. The movie is by CNN, so the truth, all of it is right there, unless you just like believing lies.